Hi, my name is Dr. Laszlo Mechtler. I'm the Medical Director of Jushi. Today, I would like to share my journey from medical cannabis skeptic to advocate. Like most classically trained doctors, I was initially extremely skeptical as whether or not cannabis had a place in treatment regimen of patients. Only 9% of medical schools teach anything about cannabis to their medical students. Cannabis is a whole different world. We approved medical marijuana in this country, not based on research that physicians were doing, but for children having seizures 100 times a day. Their mothers and fathers were frustrated with the medical community. They tried medical marijuana and they saw results, not in a scientific way, but by treating their own children. In New York State, the Compassionate Care Act was passed. Patients were calling my office 500 times a day for medical cannabis. I started the DENT Cannabis Clinic and Research Center. Since its founding, we have treated 13,000 patients with medical cannabis, and the clinic has grown to become one of the largest anywhere in the United States. It was watching the impact of medical cannabis was making at the lives of so many of my patients that was really a turning point of me. Day in and day out, I learned by treating patients. I think that's how medicine is really developed, is by seeing patients, looking at the follow-up, and then eventually changing the treatment. Too often I've seen patients who have become unwillingly addicted to pharmaceuticals such as opioids. We also have been in an opioid epidemic in the United States. Presently, there's about 50,000 people dying from opioid overdose. And also remember, there's never been a single death reported from the overdose of cannabis. Once medical cannabis was accessible in New York State, my patients were really thrilled. And I was equally thrilled to be able to provide them with an alternative to traditional pharmaceuticals that was not addictive. At the end of the day, my job here is to maintain and improve quality of life. But the economic impact soon became painfully clear that it was too expensive to a large majority of my patients. I witnessed patients who were simply trying to improve their lives, reduce their pain, having to decide whether to pay their mortgage, buy groceries, or purchase medical marijuana. This staunch reality was heartbreaking, as no physician wants to see their patients being forced to make such difficult choices. It was then that I decided to partner with Jushi, a global leader in marijuana and hemp products, mainly because we had shared values of care, compassion, and credibility. First, we developed a line of hemp-derived CBD products called Nira. Nira is clinically formulated to be effective, safe, and affordable based on our clinical experience and our research. We are working together to produce medical cannabis formulations that once again clinically formulated to be effective, safe, and affordable. All the while we engaged in research to further understand medical cannabis as a truly clinical solution to optimize their formulations and patient outcomes. The research I've already performed on this subject has produced rather impressive results. This research has indicated medical cannabis is a very potent tool in dealing with acute and chronic pain. Let me give you an example how effective medical cannabis can be. We did a study in 2018 performed on chronic migraine patients. We showed that 51% were able to reduce or even completely stop their opioid use when adding medical cannabis to their treatment regimen. And I also looked at patients over the age of 75 to 102. You heard that right. I have patients who are 102 years old on medical marijuana. We looked at the side effect profiles. We looked at efficacy, which means did they get better? The results were tremendously encouraging. In my opinion, everyone can benefit from utilizing CBD products like Nira. I really view CBD in general as possibly even preventative in nature, and that one day, with more research, soon we'll be seeing CBD being utilized in similar fashions to supplements like fish oil or omega-3. Ultimately, my passion for medical cannabis comes from the overwhelming results that I have witnessed firsthand with my patients. I'm not a physician that does research. I'm a physician that sees patients and does research. As doctors, our number one goal is to help improve the quality of life that our patients have, regardless of what condition they are suffering from. On behalf of myself and Jushi, thank you for allowing me to be here. Stay safe and take care of one another. We're all in this together.